Another day going over the fantasy world of Mr. 112 Dirtbag. And boy, oh man, I don't know what it is, but the more dirt that I find on this man, wow. All I can say is wow. I mean, trying to put the words together on this guy and oh my God. I mean, he leaves you speechless. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm impressed of this man. I mean, he could be a type of person that's so far stuck in the storytelling land that he, of course, is lost from reality. I don't even think this man knows what reality is anymore. And I mean, Jesus Christ, for making this man. Yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ, God Almighty Himself, for letting this man exist, for letting this man even walk the earth. I mean, you know, I say it every day, and I'll say it till the day I die, and I'm not to offend any church-going Christian person. You know what? You want your religion, you pray to your God, you live by your Christianity rules, but I'm telling you right now that God is the devil. God is so wicked in ways, and it's even in the first Bible that He murdered people. Declared Sodom, made Noah build the ark, and flooded wicked people. Burned the city full of wicked people. So why doesn't He strike lightning dead on this man here? I mean, the cops harass him, but they have no evidence. People harass him online. He does get irritated. But you know what? You think of this. If this man didn't do it, and if you didn't do it, Mr. 112 Dirtbag, why get so offensive? Whether or not your story was true of the woman dead in the car, why'd you get so offensive when the cop asks you questions? You know what? Every time I talk to cops, they're always busting my chops. They're always, I mean, I don't know. I never been acquitted to murdering someone or left alone to even have the, you know, yeah, murdering someone, that's right. I almost murdered somebody. Goddamn some bitch wanna come down my house, break windows, try and smash me and my father with a baseball bat, and the guy was home invasioning my house. Yeah, that's right, home invasioning my house. And I set this record straight with the fool. You don't come up in my house and try and beat me with a bat. And I'll tell you, after it was all said and done, and I don't like to brag about it, but in this case, I think I will. Just for this case. The boy went to UMass in Worcester. the boy has now a warped head. And he almost lost his life. So, that being said. But all in all, and in all seriousness, man, these stories, I don't know if he's perpetrating them and just, speaking them out of what he wants to do, or like yesterday when I did a video on his dead woman in the car, fantasizing about it. But I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. But deep down inside, as he's walking with carriages back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, oh, is she moving yet? Not giving a rat's damn ass to even call the authorities on his own damn cell phone, which that's what I wouldn't be walking into no store. I wouldn't be going to tell some kid that likes to flirt with girls. Or maybe he just did that on purpose and said that on purpose because he didn't like watching a man flirt with a woman in front of him. There's a lot of things that you can disclose on this man and why he gets so jealous and why he puts it in perspective of, I went in there to tell this guy and he's over there. Who the hell cares if a young man working in the store is, as you so say, how can you say it? Just rambling with a woman. That in order to get a date back in the day, you rambled with the woman. You joked with the woman. You make the woman laugh to know what you got of a sense of humor. You listen to that woman. Stories, whether they're stupid or not. Like this guy got with all talking about partying and how great a party was and who the hell cares? There's a dead woman outside and this man's talking about, he's over there flirting with a girl. Yeah. All in all, when you put this, you're trying to play Mr. Victim. You're trying to play, hey, I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing. You make it look very suspicious to me when you're rambling about pushing carts and talking about how this kid's fooling around this girl. So it leads me to this next story. He wrote this, and obviously this man got a problem when he works with a gentleman or sees people working around him. Anybody get around this guy and start hitting it off, speaking. Hey, what's happening there? Cute stuff. How you doing there? Sweet cakes. Something makes this man very angry. Is it because the woman ain't talking to him? Is it because he's not getting the attention? And who the hell knows if he even has a wife or kids? And I pray that he don't have no kids. Well, I don't pray, but you better hope he don't have no kids. Or even have anybody find out he has any kids. Because what if something happens to his kid? But, I'm speaking no wives, but even though there's a name out there that came up that I learned about, a woman Olsen, Maybe he's one of them men that just had a wife, but didn't have kids. Or maybe he lost a kid. Or maybe he... Can we say it? I'll let your mind wander on that one. But to say this, if there's no kid, what happened to it? Did it even exist? Or did something tragically happen? Let your mind run wild on that one, folks. So let your mind run wild. Anyways, let's get into this. Eddie A. Punk stands against the pillar just outside the automatic doors to fall apart. He comes up with the damnedest lines in a sentence. Can you, if anybody's reading this, knows normally it's stuff like this, I'll tell you, and if you don't understand it, which I do altogether, and if you don't get it or don't make sense or say whatever the case may be, it's because your mind ain't mental. I'm sorry, it sucks to say it. Sorry, I'm not trying to bust anybody's balls, but if you don't got a mind like him or like mine, you're not going to understand it. Or it's just going to just sound so insanely bizarre that, you're just going to sit there and say, what the hell did I just read? It'll take you a few times to go over it. Because this man, very mentalism, as I call it. So he goes on to say now, this is the one I was talking about, jealousy. What I just got done saying. This man does not like to take an order seeing another man fool around with women. And I want to say one thing. I was saying it to my wife last night, but how this guy's talking about they're talking to young girls, and they got a bunch of perverts. He's pretty much throwing out there, calling them perverts. Why are you talking to these young girls? If there's a mother and father with these girls, I highly doubt these two kids would be talking like he said. So these girls must be 20 and by themselves maybe look like young girls, but they got to be of age, to be getting in the store. So this guy throws it under there to make it sound like these are little girls, 8, 9 years old, or whatever. This is how he makes it sound in the story, which I don't think it is, because if I was a parent and I got 2 kids and collecting money and they start, giggling, doing something with my daughter, you're damn right you're going to get a knuckle sandwich or a mother. I'd be screaming in their face, what you doing? What, man? You got a problem? What the hell? I'd be all over the place with that. But anyways, I'm going to get this done. I got to bring I got a little time here, so. Alright, now I'm going to stop coughing. Raising money for Teenage Dare. Which, if anybody knows, Dare to keep kids off drug. That was a huge thing back in the 80s. And I remember it, but I don't remember this kind of stuff of raising money, but, hey. So, a group that embraces drug and alcohol-free life through faith of Jesus between potential donors, they chant some kind of spirit raising hymn, Jesus Christ. A combination of hip-hop and gospel. Sponsoring, this is probably something out in Western Mass that they made up themselves, maybe. But Eddie and Mike, he's using it spontaneously. Controverted. Eddie and Mike continue to block the paths of almost everyone who might give them a cash contribution. They have a rickety card table covered with a half a dozen brochures about the sin and black death delivered by intoxicants. They follow evaders into the parking lot, pleading for donations. Yeah, people running away from him, right? Eddie puts his palms together in supplication, telling people he is clean because of Jesus and the rehab program. Mike does the same, but less aggressively. Please, anything helps. After about an hour, I notice that Eddie has a disturbing eye for young girls. He solicits their mothers more often and more persistently. Yeah, see, he goes after the mothers. And then he does any other persistently than he does any other customer. He gets too near the girls, invades their spaces, caresses their hair and upper arms. He cannot stop staring at little girls. All right. Anybody in their right mind, as a parent, knows that their kids there talking about drug rehab, and they're over there rubbing their arm or their head, and, oh, thank you, nice little girl, maybe specifically in that nature. I mean, I did say I thought there was more, but there's mother and girls, but anyways, I wouldn't be having that. And if I felt uncomfortable with some kid grabbing or caressing my kid, yeah, I'd tell him, hey, hands off, buddy. Anybody would. But this guy just says it and keeps, eyeballing the situation. But like I say, this is why he does this. It's because he wishes he was there doing it. That's what I think. I walk up to the table and say hello and ask what their program consists of, how it works. Eddie and Mike give a perfectly blended response. They say they get clean at a facility in New Hampshire, although their program is based in Providence. They worship, look deep inside themselves, and gradually, after several months of guidance, spiritual growth, and brutally honest intersection, graduate to soliciting funds from the public. Yeah. After 18 months or so, they start to go out on their own. I asked whether they learned some kind of skill while in the program, carpentry, GED. They say this is it. Collecting money seems like they will have the future in telemarketing and debt collection. That I don't get. Why would they have money, debt collection? They don't go up there and please pay your bills. Please give your money to your bills. So that's irrelevant and stupid. Oh, please, sir, please. Please give me your money for your bills or I'll get fired from my job. The state fiercely at Eddie I stare fiercely at Eddie every time I walk in and out the door to retrieve carts. He knows I have notices predilection. I don't use these words. That's why I'm saying this man is smart. He is smart. I give him credit. When I don't use words too much, people like to bust my chops. Oh, what are you illiterate? Don't know how to read? No, it's because I don't use them damn words. If I used them more, I'd come out all the time with them. But, whatever. Excuse me. You know what? I come from background of street smarts, not book smarts. That's one thing people don't realize of today. That if you don't have street smarts, you end up missing. You end up in the hands of people like this. But he is familiar with having been spotted before. He stares back but always blinks. He cuts back on his unwarranted friendliness to young females. But cannot completely stop himself, especially when he thinks I am not nearby. Mike also sees that I have spotted Eddie and maintains greater distance between the two of them. Mike is uneasy, but Eddie is somewhat confrontational, as if entitled. After a couple more hours, I approach Eddie face to face and ask him what happens to the money. He says it goes to maintain the program. I ask how it maintains the program. He says he doesn't know or question the details of God's plan for his life. But he knows he wouldn't be saved and would still be in the streets using dope if it wasn't for the program. He says he was lucky the court let him get into the program instead of going to jail on drug charges. Sometimes in that case it's true because they get drugs in jail too. Don't ask me how, but they do. And that's sick. I ask him if these people giving them money are in effect paying them to stay off the streets, to stay out of their lives, to not steal their purses or break into their homes, to not steal their cars and crash into innocent victims. Is this what this donation business is all about, Eddie? Oh, all about? And Eddie's like looking at him with the question mark. Huh? Is this another version of extortion? If you get enough money, you'll stay in your program and not harm these little girls you're so fond of. No. Somebody getting mad. Is that about right, Eddie? Are people paying you so you can get driven here in a van and dropped off by a supervisor who leaves you here to stare at little girls but fetches you back at the end of the day? Is this what people are paying you for? So you'll go back to your supernatural or spiritual center and not molest their children? Eddie wants to hit me, but plunges his hands into his baggy pockets. He walks off with his head down and suddenly turns and spit yells that he didn't ask to be made like this, but that's the plan God has for him. How would you like it if God made you like this? He asked, what would you do? What would you do to redeem yourself? Tears gather in his eyes, run down his cheeks. All I can do, he says, is believe in God, and all I can do is believe. Man, just believe. It's all I got. God does the rest. Well, not only does this man get humiliated, and who even knows if he's really going after little girls and, pound us. All right? I mean, yes, it's said about how he goes after the mother. How do you know he ain't checking out the mothers and just being nice to the little girls? Because if you want to go with somebody, say so, yeah, and they have kids, you want to be nice to the kid. Show the woman that you're, kid material. Back in the day, that's how it used to be. I mean, regardless or not, you got to watch out who you go for. Because, that person can put on the biggest act in the world. Just like the 112 dirtbag act. That's right. Attention getter. And then turn a 360 on you. Kill you, kill your mother, kill your kids. Whatever the case may be. But if this kid just broke down in tears, I think he's more sympathetic than what this man thinks. So he goes and breaks him in the middle of a parking lot. It only goes to show where this man's mind is set and how he has no remorse for nobody. Nobody. He don't care about no one's feelings. And he definitely don't care if someone's dead. Yeah, that's right. Dead. Someone cold-hearted like this, I don't have to say no more. Eddie heads for the men's room inside. Mike says with the table and money box, stays, whatever. with this clear plastic window on the front so everybody can see how much cash has been collected, how much safer the world is. And woman opens her purse, takes out $1, then adds another to it, and stuffs it in the box. Mike says, "Thank you. Every donation helps." What the? Breaks down a man, huh? A young boy at that. These kids are probably, who knows, 17, 18. I mean, if that Eddie's not a child molester or a pedophile, all right. I give him some ops before this man gives him any details. Because to me it sounds like this one tall dirtbag just likes to be jealous. He don't like people going around women and doing things in front of him. Because, right, he wishes he was that person. He wishes he was all wheeling and dealing with women. But now he can't get women or a relationship because his dumb reputation and mentalism left him to be, the freak of the neighborhood. That's right, guy. Maybe if you think before you make a video of ha 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 oh ha 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 and wink your eye in the anniversary of a dead girl and out there posting videos, maybe you'd have someone in your life instead of watching other people. Oh, as you say, soliciting their girls' mothers to get them donations, and because he only does it that way with women and not with men. You sick This man's unbelievable. Very unbelievable. I think this man in Hadley, Mass, which one he's probably going to block all these too when I'm done with him. I know I'm exposing him. I don't care. You got something to say? Comment back. Tell me what you think. I know I'm hitting you right on the button, guy, because you remind me of someone that just wants attention. If you don't get it, people pay the price. Yeah, that's right. People pay the price. Just like Murray must have paid the price. Because if someone said that this woman was flirting around with an auto body shop guy, which I don't think she was. I think she was being followed by you-know-who, talking to the man at the, there, and got bad reviews because someone got jealous and didn't like the someone that he liked talking to someone else. So he gets in a bit of rage type thing. And you know what it all leads to? What it ends to? If I can't have you, nobody can. That's the scenario, I think, on this story. If I can't have you, nobody can. Somebody got turned down too many times in life. Probably in relationship, wanting a date. Got turned down too many times. And is on a full bolt pledge of revenge. Lightning bolt. Revenge on women. Mr. Savior, Mr. Innocent. Oh, man. The mentalism in this story, boy, the mentalism. And I've been around so many people with mentalism, man. And it sometimes scares me because, I know and relate with the person. Because I know people like this guy. Sucks to say, and I don't like to admit it, but it's the way my life grew up. Grew up that way. In a sick friggin' world. So here I am trying to make better with a fist of steel. Till that next video, people, be safe, take care, and beware. Beware! It only gets more interesting and more beware. Out.